today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering the gear that I used at the Gunfighter Gauntlet of 2025. Gunfighter Gauntlet was a great match, had a blast, and I'm sure y'all are interested in the gear that I used, so let's get into it. Alright, so this is the rifle I used at the Gunfighter Gauntlet of 2025. It's a PSA Sabre 110 SAS, and it's in 6.5 Creedmoor. The rifle performed excellently, and if you notice, there's still mud on the grips and the panels and a little bit on the scopes. Believe it or not, this is after being cleaned. Obviously I've got to do it again, but that's how muddy it was there on stage 5. It got into everything and pretty deep. The rifle kept working. I had no malfunctions. The VCOG scope on top was absolutely phenomenal. Anytime I missed, it was the shooter's fault, not the rifle's. And as you saw what I talked about on the final stage of negative waves, there were some problems for sure, but they were not the fault of the rifle, just the nature of the round that I was using, being a little bit more powerful than what the target could handle. But other than that, rifle was great. I really enjoyed using it, so much so that I think I might take it back to next year's Gauntlet. We'll have to see. Alright, well, the Gauntlet is a 2-gun match, and the pistol I used was the Arex Delta M Gen 1, so no optic mounted, and the pistol performed magnificently. Matter of fact, the only times I had trouble with it was when I forgot to put my shooting glasses on and had trouble seeing the front sight, because I have to have corrected vision to aim the pistol. And, well, you know, other than that, it worked really good. And even then, it worked really good when I couldn't see straight. I still got hits, as you probably saw in the video series. This is a great pistol, and they're on sale at several outlets dirt freaking cheap, like cheaper than police trade-in Glocks. They are phenomenal pistols. When this thing went in the mud and came out, did a quick cleaning of it and stuff. First thing I did, pulled the slide back, and it stayed back. I couldn't get it to go forward. Tapped it against the bumper of my truck, a little bit of debris fell out, and the pistol was working great again. And I'm willing to bet that the fact that we had to go pistols unloaded, you know, drop the mag before we moved on, that had I had a magazine in there, in the magazine well, I bet you no debris would have got in and the pistol would have been just fine. Great pistol. Encourage everybody to get one. They're super reliable, super accurate, and for the price, you cannot beat them. Alright, the next major piece of equipment I used at the match was my rig. And my rig was made up of the Condor, H-harness, and battle belt, with the main belt being a US GI war belt. And the rig performed adequately, did exactly what I needed it to do. Showing off here from going from the left side to the right side. Started off with a US GI Molly M9 mag pouch that worked fine with the Arex Delta mags. Then a Blackhawk triple mag pouch. These hold one 20-round Magpul 7.62 or 6.5 Creedmoor magazine perfectly fine. Then I used a Glock knife. Then USGI canteen with USGI Molly canteen holder. Sliding over using a USGI first aid kit, nothing special there. It's the only one I had, so I didn't have it in multicam, but I will get that corrected for the future because the rig's got to match. Then moving on from there, another canteen because you always have 2 quarts when it's hot. Finally, a single mag pouch holding one 20-round magazine. Normally I'd have another triple mag pouch shingle there, but I needed to mount a holster, and here I used the USG M9 holster to hold the Arex Delta M. I was going to use a Battle Gnome holster, but that holster and this rig were really incompatible, and I was a little worried about safety concerns, so I just decided to go with the old reliable M12 holster, which is never the wrong answer. And then finally, for the final pistol mag, had another M9 pistol mag pouch. Overall, the rig worked excellently. Can't complain. The Condor rig, while not definitely top of the line by reputation, is actually adequate enough. It performed well, didn't give me any troubles, and held up to the abuse of the match. And the match was hard, as you can see, because this has been washed twice, and yet there's still mud on the holster and the one magazine pouch there. So it got some abuse and held up just fine. Did the job adequately, no complaints. And if you need a good H-harness rig, just to get you through, or as a loaner spare, Condor H-harness kind of works really well. Hope you found this coverage of the gear that I used at the Gunfighter Gauntlet helpful and informative. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in for future gear review videos.